What is going on, guys? Johnny on the track back with another video coming off Nashville, which was a very tough loss. I gave you Denny Hamlin and I gave you Martin Truex. Those were the biggest bets. Also talked about Chris Buescher, Ross Chastain, top 5, Chris Buescher, top 10. All were given out on this show on my final card. Literally, 2 laps to go. Denny's about to get the white flag. We've got Denny in first. We've got Ross in second. We've got Buescher and I think ninth. So we were going to have a great day. I was going to win a lot of money. But unfortunately, Cindric spins and all hell breaks loose. And I knew we were not winning that. There was just no way. So it is what it is. That stuff happens. I feel like, this year, a lot of people have lost on tough things like that, right? But it's good to see Logano. I like Logano a lot, so it's good to see him get a win and be in the playoffs. But with that, we are now on to the Chicago Street Course, one of the marquee events for 2024 in the NASCAR schedule. So before I get into my Chicago card, I just want to call out the NASCAR betting preview show. It's probably how you could be listening to the podcast version of this show. But on that podcast channel, you've got plenty of good motorsports betting content. So however you consume your podcast, Spotify, the podcast app, hit that follow button on the NASCAR betting preview show. And then if you want to watch the live show, that is on X at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Wednesday nights. Again, X, 8 p.m. NASCAR betting preview show, Wednesday nights. Okay, so with that, we will get into some drivers I'm looking at Chicago. To be honest, I don't love the card at all this week, or this weekend, rather. I probably won't put a lot down. I think this is going to be a smaller card for me. I'm not really sure what to expect from this event. It seems like there's some rain in the forecast again. Kind of rain really ruined this event, if you will, last year. So that was tough. Obviously, we saw SVG, Shane Van Gisbergen, win his first NASCAR race ever. The first one he competed in, he won. It was Chicago, but I think it was a unique scenario. Obviously, the first time that, or first time in a very long time that they did a street course, as well as, new track for everybody with the weather. I think all of that played into why SVG was able to win. I think he'll be fast, but I do want to preface by saying that I think him being the favorite, and he is the favorite right now at plus 550. He's tied with Larson. He's tied with Bell. I honestly think that's kind of criminal, quite frankly. I feel like SVG, as good as he's been in the Xfinity Series with his back-to-back wins, he's got 2 wins. He's locked into the Xfinity Series playoffs. I mean, now you're playing with different beasts. And I know I just said like he won his first ever NASCAR race that he entered, right? He just won at the Chicago Street Course last year. But again, so many circumstances allowed for that to happen. You are with the best of the best. I don't see him winning this, quite frankly. I think he'll be good. I think he'll be fast. But I am not touching Shane Van Gisbergen unless he's around 10-1. And quite frankly, I think that's where he should be at. I think this is a trick bet to get people to, put some money down on him. But if he doesn't go anywhere near 10-1, I am not touching him. I think I don't think he should be the favorite. I just don't. And I know he's the defending champ here. But I think it's honestly disrespectful to a lot of the other guys in this Cup Series. And I like Shane. He is super talented. He'll be in the Cup Series next year competing for wins. But I think with a year under everybody's belt, I think the Cup guys are going to be a lot better. So I'm fading SVG for now. Again, maybe he doesn't qualify as well. Maybe he starts like 15th, 13th, something around there. and he falls back to the 9 to 10 to 1 area, then I'll look to place a bet on SVG. I would say probably my favorite bet right now is Michael McDowell at 14 to 1. I think that's a good value bet for McDubs. He was fast here last year, ran well, always fast at the road courses. Obviously needs a win to get into the playoffs. And I look at here in Daytona as his two chances to get that win and get himself into the playoffs one last time with Front Row Motorsports before he transitions over to Spire in 2025. So it's still all there for McDubs, and I feel like he can definitely get it done. 14 to 1, good value for Michael McDowell. He's going to be fast, and I think this is a very short race, so strategy is going to be huge. You're going to see a lot of different unique ways to run this race. It's a street course. It's much shorter, like I mentioned. I think spins are going to be cautions. I think I'll say that again. I think spins are going to be cautions. Some spins, right, at a Watkins Glen, at a Sonoma, they might let him keep going. But I think because this is a street course, they're going to throw that yellow flag. There's going to be a lot of eyes on this race. They want restarts. They know that this is an event rather than a race, right? Last week at Nashville, more of a race. We want our NASCAR fans to enjoy this. This is an event. They want entertaining. They want entertainment, all of that. And I feel like if somebody spins, they're going to throw the yellow flag. So different strategies are going to play into different teams' favor and how they do things. I think that also helps Michael McDowell to get a little greedy, to try different things, and he's going to be fast. I know that. So McDowell 14 to 1, I like that bet. Bet number 2, I'm going to go to Tyler Reddick. I like him in this spot coming off that frustrating finish on Sunday. He had a great car. Both at Nashville, but also last year here, he was top 5 in both stages. I actually think top 3 in both stages. So the first stage and the second stage, and then he wrecked into the tire barriers, and that was the end of his day. But he was one of the highest point scorers prior to his wreck at 6 to 1. I think there's some good value on Tyler Reddick. And like I said, the frustration coming off last week, felt like he should have won that thing. I feel like he's going to have a really good car and have a great shot to win this thing. 6 to 1, good value, in my opinion, on Tyler Reddick. That might even slide if he doesn't qualify well, maybe 6.5 to 7 to 1. That's a great bet to get Tyler Reddick at a road course. And then another value bet that I look at is Ty Gibbs, 18 to 1 on DraftKings, 20 to 1 on FanDuel. Love the value. Had a great car here last year. He's been great on road courses. Really in his career from Xfinity to now Cup, he was good at Sonoma. I haven't honestly loved what I've seen this year from Ty Gibbs. I thought he'd be a little bit closer to already getting that first career win, but he had a fast hot rod here last year. I think he's gonna have another good one here on Sunday. And so I just look at Ty Gibbs, and when I read off some of these guys right on the board, Chase Elliott 8.5 to 1, pretty good value, I would say. Bell plus 550, Larson plus 550, SVG plus 550. I don't love it. I mean, I know Bell is going to be really good. He's been on a heater the last month. Truex 11 to 1. I don't really see him winning this race. Byron 12 to 1. Byron's been ice cold. Allmendinger 12 to 1. I think he should be close to the 16 to 18 range. There's McDowell, like I said, at 14. You've got Ross at 28 to 1. I love that value, but I don't see it play. Ty Gibbs 18 to 1. I mean, in 20 to 1 on FanDuel, I think that's a good value bet. He's behind Buescher at 16 to 1. And as much as I love Buescher at road courses, I honestly like Ty Gibbs a little bit more. I just do. So I think that is a great value bet to get Ty Gibbs at. Not again, I don't love the board, so I have a little bit of a light card. I haven't seen anywhere have top 10s. I've seen top 3s, top 5s, but Rhode Island Sportsbook, DraftKings, FanDuel, I can't find top 10s right now. So unfortunately, I really can't give you guys that a value top 10 bet. But I will say, if you're looking for one, I feel like a guy like Justin Haley who finished second here, was really good with green flag speed. Obviously has learned a lot from AJ Allmendinger when racing at road courses with Cowlig. So, I mean, he's plus 10,000 to win the race. So he's obviously going to be plus money for a top 10, maybe around the 400 range. He's a guy with target, had great success here last year, had a real shot to win, led some laps late, and again, finished second. So Justin Haley, I think, is an interesting one to watch, but we've seen Rick Ware continue to improve and improve and improve. And so they're really like the value has slipped on a guy like Justin Haley for a top 10. But I think he is one guy that I would target. Full card, Johnny on the Track on Action Network at JOTT_podcast on Twitter or X. And that's where you can find the final card with, all my winners, all my top fives, top tens, whatever I'll be looking at, maybe a manufacturer bet as well. But that's those are the main guys I am looking at right now. So again, McDowell, Reddick, and Gibbs fading SVG at the moment. McDowell, Reddick, Gibbs are the guys that I like and I feel like have some value. With that, I will say, want to know what you guys think? Put it in the comment section below on who you're targeting and who you think is going to win at Chicago on Sunday. Give this video a like, goes a long way for the channel. And subscribe for more motorsports betting and motorsports content. Johnny on the Track. Hit that subscribe button. Interesting. We'll have to see what the weather looks like. Could be a little shaky, but for now, feel confident with some of these guys that we are targeting. And, well, let's win some money. Thanks for watching.